Digital literacy, the ability to effectively navigate, evaluate, and create information using digital technologies, has evolved drastically over time. It began in the 80s and 90s as personal computers became more prevalent in homes and schools. And then, with the birth of the internet, it became necessary to learn web navigation, email communication, and online research skills. The next decade, which started with Y2K, drastically impacted digital literacy with the introduction of social media and Web 2.0, which expanded the reach of technology. The next decade saw the first smartphones and mobile applications, which further complicated digital navigation and the importance of digital literacy. All of this technological advancement led society to successfully navigate the COVID 19 pandemic and rapidly adopt digital tools for remote work, remote education, and remote social interactions, which emphasize the importance of digital literacy across all aspects of life. The Critical Literacies Advancement Model, also known as CLAM, is a framework developed to guide evolution of critical literacies, emphasizing the importance of equipping individuals with the skills needed to critically analyze and engage with texts, media, and information in a complex digital world. The focus of today is on digital literacy, which falls under the literary category of technological and informational literacies of the CLAM model. The CLAM model aims to foster these literacies in an integrated manner, promoting comprehensive literacy education that prepares individuals to navigate the complexities of the modern world. Digital literacy is increasingly relevant to adult learners for several compelling reasons that reflect the transformative impact of digital technologies on personal, professional, and social environments. Digital literacy in the workplace is expected. Many jobs now require proficiency with digital technologies, from basic computer skills to advanced software applications. Adult learners enhance their employability and career advancement by becoming adept at using these tools. This shift towards remote and hybrid workforce models requires familiarity with virtual collaboration tools, video conferencing platforms, and digital project management. Digital literacy empowers individuals and creates independence. Digital literacy assists adults in making everyday tasks more efficient, like online banking, shopping, dinner reservations, and accessing government services. It also provides the knowledge needed to safeguard personal information against threats like identity theft, cyberbullying, which will ensure a secure online presence.
This training program is a two-part workshop developed to support learners in navigating the complexities of today's digital world. The training explores the ethical, social, and practical dimensions of digital media and misinformation. The program is grounded in the belief that digital literacy is not only about technical knowledge, but also about developing critical awareness of how digital systems influence information access, power structures, and equity. The need for this training arises from growing concerns about the spread of misinformation. Many individuals lack the critical skills to assess the credibility of digital information or to recognize the systems that shape their digital experiences, which leaves them vulnerable to manipulation, exclusion, and harm. The overall objective of this training is to enhance the participants' ability to critically engage with digital technologies and platforms. This aims to help cultivate foundational knowledge of digital literacy skills by providing activities that take on a critical lens that helps individuals evaluate online information's safety and credibility. Through collaborative learning, guided reflection, and interactive media analysis, participants will gain a deeper understanding of the forces shaping digital spaces and develop the tools that they need to properly evaluate, question, and respond to them thoughtfully. Participants will have engaged in collaborative activities and guided reflections that are designed to build their digital literacy skills in a meaningful and applicable way. The learning outcomes are as follows. Participants should be able to define digital literacy and explain its relevance to modern technologies and digital content. This information is provided prior to the start of our workshop activities today.
Several theoretical frameworks, relevant research, and established adult learning principles inform this digital literacy training. This digital literacy training is primarily based on the Critical Literacies Advancement Model. This model demonstrates the importance of adult learners being equipped with the skills necessary to critically think and reflect on the information and technology they engage with. Regarding CLAM, this training focuses on technological and informational literacies, since digital literacy involves understanding how to practically apply digital tools and critically reflecting on the learning content. In addition to CLAM, transformative learning theory was incorporated into this digital literacy training. This theory supports a central idea of our training that critically reflecting on experiences and calibrating thinking accordingly is imperative to growth in adult learners, especially when adapting to new digital tools. Furthermore, social cognitive theory informed this digital literacy training by demonstrating how adults often learn through observation and practical applications. Relevant research supporting this digital literacy training includes foundational and more recent studies. Gilster and Bowden contributed to the establishment of early concepts of digital literacy, while Weisinger and Beliveau demonstrated how digital identities and tools have evolved. More recent studies utilized in this training include Soderberg et al. And Hauge et al., which clarified the practicality of digital literacy training in adult learners. Furthermore, we drew from Hadianto et al. And Lee et al. To ensure the inclusivity of diverse learning styles and cultural backgrounds. As is evident in this digital literacy training, adults learn better when they're more engaged with the learning process, meaning the learning material is more effective when relevant to their personal lives and professional goals. This training utilizes practical applications that may be useful in real-world scenarios such as personal security, online communication, and job skills. Furthermore, this training encourages self-directed learning in adults. This allows adult learners to adapt their learning process to more adequately account for their diverse cultural backgrounds and past experiences, making the learning process more meaningful and effective.
Digital literacy training can be beneficial in a wide range of contexts for a variety of reasons that address the needs of adult learners, such as schools and education institutions. Students must learn how to effectively use digital tools for research, collaboration, and online safety. Digital literacy prepares learners for future academic endeavors and the demands of the digital workforce. Adult learners returning to education often need digital literacy to engage with online course materials, perform research, and communicate effectively with instructors and peers. Community centers are another example. These centers serve diverse groups, including those seeking employment, education, or additional social services. Adults in community settings may be looking to improve job prospects, connect socially, or access community resources. They benefit from learning how to use digital platforms for job applications, civic engagement, and accessing information that enhances their quality of life. Another example is libraries. As part of public outreach and education initiative, libraries often offer workshops and resources related to digital literacy. Libraries act as a community hub for information access and learning. They offer digital literacy trainings that help patrons use digital resources, enhance access to ebooks and databases, and supports lifelong learning. Libraries serve as accessible venues for adults seeking self improvement or knowledge for communication, accessing services, and entertainment. Another example is government and public sector. To improve communication, service delivery, and transparency through digital platforms. Digital literacy enhances public service delivery through efficient communication, transparent operations, and accessible digital platforms for citizens.
The first activity of this workshop is Spot the Scam, and this is a focus on online safety and critical evaluation. So, the objective of this activity is for participants to be able to identify common signs of phishing emails or fraudulent online messages. The materials needed are prepared examples of emails, text message, and social media messages, some legitimate and some clearly phishing attempts. We'll also need a flip chart for this activity. First, we'll start with the introduction where we'll explain what phishing is and why it's dangerous. We'll then go into a demonstration and discussion where, as a group, we'll work through a clear example of a phishing email and we'll create a checklist of red flags you can identify to know whether an email or communication is a phishing attempt. Things like generic greetings, urgent call to actions, requests for sensitive information, and we will post that list in the room so that they can use it in their group activities. The next step is we'll pair off into groups, either small groups or by twos, depending on the size of the group, and we'll distribute several examples of messages that are legitimate and also messages that are phishing scams. And as a group, they will analyze each message using the checklist and decide if it's legitimate or a scam, and then explain their reasoning and marking the red flags in the scamming messages. At the end of the activity, the group will come back together, we'll review each example, and have each group share their findings and reasonings. This is also a great time for us to correct any misunderstandings and reinforce the key warning signs. And then finally, we'll discuss what they do if they receive a suspicious message, whether it's delete, don't click the link, or even report it if applicable. The second activity of this workshop, we will be doing what we call the credibility quest. And the focus here is informational literacy and searching and evaluating. So the objective here is for participants to be able to perform a basic online search and apply simple criteria to evaluate the credibility of the online source. So the materials that we'll need is computers or devices with internet access. We'll also have a worksheet with a specific relevant question and prompt for evaluation. So first we'll do an introduction of why it's important to find reliable information online and how easy it is to find inaccurate or biased information. We'll then define the task. So assign a simple relevant search question like find the operating hours for the local library, what are the main side effects of Ozempic, or summarize a key responsibilities for a computer programmer. Then they will do a guided search and will briefly demonstrate how to enter keywords into a search engine like Google, discuss choosing effective keywords, and have participants perform the search in their assigned question. Then we'll do an evaluation practice. We'll ask each participant to look at the top 2 to 3 search results, guide them using a worksheet prompt to evaluate each source by asking who created the content, the author, organization, are they experts, do they have a bias? When was it published or updated? Is the information current? What is the purpose? To inform, persuade, or sell something? Does it seem accurate? Are there references? Does it align with other reputable sources? Is it a known reputable source, like a government site with .gov at the end, educational institution with .edu at the end, or a well-known news organization versus a random opinion blog? Then we will have a group discussion and have participants share which sources they found most credible for their question and why, based on the evaluation criteria. And then we'll discuss challenges they faced and reinforce the idea that checking multiple sources is often necessary. Our evaluation goal is to test the acclimation of the new skills as well as how enjoyable the training was to participate in. We will conduct a pre-assessment at the beginning of the training. We will make observations during the workshop and also have a post-assessment quiz and skill check at the end of the training. As far as our data analysis, we'll be compiling reporting on the pre- and post-assessment findings, and also we'll be giving feedback and reflection. So based on the feedback from the participants, we'll continue to find the most effective and enjoyable way to deliver the training.
In conclusion, this digital literacy training may help adult learners equip themselves with the necessary digital literacy skills to confidently navigate and use digital tools in their personal or professional lives. With engaging hands-on activities such as Spot the Scam and the Credibility Quest, participants practice recognizing digital threats and evaluating credible sources, which are essential tools in the digital world of today. Digital literacy continues to remain a crucial part of adult learning, allowing adult learners to have easy access to information, success in remote environments, and protection from cyber threats. This digital literacy training supports the critical literacies advancement model, specifically technological and informational literacy, by promoting adult learners to engage in critical thinking, reflection, and digital proficiency. As technological advances continue to change the world we live in, digital literacy has become an essential skill for adult learning. Digital literacy training such as this one will continue to play an important role in the preparation of adult learners to succeed in a constantly changing world.